Shalom YouTube, it's Fletch again. Hey, I was thinking, I'm still out driving around in the region, running some errands today, going to some stores that aren't local to our little podunk, quote-unquote, community. And I say that with a great affection, not in a slanderous way. But anyways, and that is the whole idea or concept of political correctness and how it's killing our country, and it's actually making us very unsafe. And here's what I'm talking about. Earlier I did a video about I happened to be driving past Mills Diner, and here's another thing, that whole thing about Mills Diner and the Muslim couple that were arrested after making terroristic threats in this diner in this little podunk town. But that's a video for another day. But anyways, the point in that, in going down that little rabbit trail, so to speak, is simply this, is that how many people in this country, if they were in a Mel's Diner, wherever that is, you know, the greasy spoon near you, and I say that with affection, not as a term of derision, but you know, the greasy spoon near you, and you see a table full of, you know, Middle Eastern, Arabic type looking people, and I say that, you know, because at times it's very easy to identify, right? The woman will have on a hijab, you know, the men will dress a certain way that's indicative to them. And, you know, I am by no means trying to pigeonhole people. There are just certain things that is indicative. Like, a lot of the people that have a faith such as mine have a beard. Does that mean that I'm being prejudiced towards all of them? No, that's just an identifying characteristic that people that believe the way that I do tend to have. And same thing with, you know, those that might be Muslim. So let's get back to the auspice of the conversation here. So you're sitting there in the local greasy spoon, and you hear these people talking about, you know, getting vengeance, shooting people, you know, blowing stuff up, different things like that. How many of you are going to have the chutzpah to call them out on it, or better yet, to report them to the authorities? And I'm not talking about, you know, the you know, see something, say something, you know, Nazi regime, spy on your neighbor type BS, you know, where, you know, oh, my neighbor's acting funny, so you report them. No, that's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is something that's blatant, you know, you know, like the situation at Mills Diner. These people were getting all upset and pissed off because they thought that they were receiving poor service because the area here in the Ozarks tends to be very quote-unquote Christian, like Southern Baptist type, you know, brand of Christianity. So, and they thought that they were being slighted, being made to wait too long, and so they started making terroristic type threats because they thought that they were being slighted because they weren't Christians and they were Muslims. And so there again, that in and of itself, you know, proves my point earlier that there are identifying characteristics that people associate with things, and they're generally correct in regards, because otherwise, you know, they wouldn't have a leg to stand on saying that the reason why that they were getting slow service is because they were Muslim. So anyways, but back to the thought process. How many of you out there would be willing to report them? Would you be willing to take a stand? Or would you be afraid that you're going to be branded Islamophobic? Which also gets back to the earlier discussion that I was talking about, the whole idea of the whole concept of, excuse me, of the logical extremes. Right? We got two logical extremes in this country. It's, oh, you're Islamophobic, you hate all you hate all Muslim people because, you know, you are duly being precautious. We'll just put it that way. So the other side of that logical extreme is, no, all Muslims are loving, peace-loving people. It's a peace-loving religion. No, it's not. Not any more than Christianity is or was. There's a newsflash for you too. Look up there used to be lots of wars between the Christians and the Muslims, and they would go back and forth, just cleaning house and killing everybody. The Christian Crusades and the Muslim Crusades, and yeah, so in complete honesty, neither one of them has a full leg to stand on, as to, who's the worst. So the idea or the concept that you and I, as Joe's six-pack or Susie's soccer mom out there living your everyday life, what we need to be concerned about is, are you being vigilant? Are you, and if you are being vigilant and you do see something and it is legitimate, you're not like, the nosy neighbor sticking your nose where it doesn't belong because your neighbor is putting up a privacy fence in their backyard and, oh my God, they must be doing something wrong, else they wouldn't need to put up a privacy fence, right? You know someone like that, don't you? I know you do. So, the logical extreme between that and, the scene like in Mel's Diner, what really was, where these people were making legitimate terroristic type threats, and you're willing to fall through with it. And the point, coming back to it, yet again, after going down another rabbit trail, is that because of political correctness, we don't talk about the things that we need to talk about. We're so afraid of being accused of being something that we're not. We're so afraid of being branded or pigeonholed into something that we're not. And so therefore, we are allowing our society to become a less safe place because of that, in a lot of ways. Another one is, you ever notice this? When ISIS makes an attack in a foreign country, it's the terrorists. Oh my God, we got to stop ISIS. They're using AK-47s and shooting people up, but it's the terrorists' fault. But when it's here in America, and they're using, the quote-unquote assault weapon, which is, not a correct or logical term, but that's for another video as well. But anyways, now it's not ISIS's fault. It's workplace violence. It's the guns' fault. We need to ban all guns. You starting to get the point here? I hope so. Well, I hope you're having a blessed day. I hope you have, as I'm recording this, it's 6th day, prep day, Friday on the Roman calendar. So for most of you, I hope you have a blessed day. For those of you that keep the Father's commands, I hope you're having a good prep day and that you have a blessed Shabbat. Shalom.